So let's hang out. Hi guys, I'm Gina from SoLet'sHangOut.com. Usually you'll find me around the internet slinging real food recipes with a side of humor, but today we're gonna do something a little bit different. As it turns out, I am also a makeup artist. So I'm gonna show you how to get this supernatural look in 5 minutes. It's called the 5-minute face, and we're going to be using Beautycounter products, which are super safe and non-toxic, which I am all about. I'll be linking everything up that I'm using underneath the video. So if you are interested, just scroll down and there will be links there for you and you can check it out. All right, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna start with a clean face. Makes everything a lot easier. I think that's probably obvious. After you cleanse your face, you're gonna moisturize. I just use some rosewood oil. That's what I like. You want your skin to be really full of moisture. So use your favorite moisturizer. I know that the balancing oil is a really good choice if you're trying to stick with Beautycounter products. I like that one. Just make sure that your face is moist. So I'm gonna start with foundation. This is the Tint Skin foundation. My shade is Honey, because I'm sweet like that. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my hand. I probably should have showed you this before I put a slew of stuff on my hand. But here we go. This is what this looks like. Super soft. Feels like a little foxtail. But today I'm gonna use a beauty blender. It's something that I just started using and I'm excited about it. It looks like, it's not a looker, I'll tell you that much. Looks like this. It's like a little egg. And you use it damp and it just makes everything go on really smooth. All right, so second step, concealer. Kind of my best friend today. As you can see, I have these Italian lady dark circles, I like to call them. Also, maybe I'm over 30 something and decided to go to a wine bar last night. So that's what these are. So this one is medium 2. That's the shade that I use. And isn't it pretty in gold? I love their packaging. Okay, so it has this little, it's kind of messy. It has this little applicator brush. And you're just gonna go under your eye and you kind of make a little triangle tree. You press the back, more product's gonna come out for you. And I like to kind of extend it because Lord knows I need a little extra coverage. And if you're planning on doing eyeshadow later, or just if you want like to even everything out, do it on your lids as well, all the way up to your brow line. We're gonna blend this. It's not gonna look crazy, I promise. And then also just put it anywhere else that you have blemishes that you wanna cover up, or a little redness. People tend to get redness, maybe a little veins in here by your nose. I have a few little friends over here I'm gonna cover up. Oh yeah. When it comes to blemishes, I like to let the concealer actually sit on the face for as long as I can. It kind of like warms up and it'll kind of melt into your skin a little bit better, which I think is a pro tip. Is that a power wink? Okay, great. Yeah, so we can go back in with the Beauty Blender. You could also use any sort of brush that you like. I have some like a brush like this, like a utility brush. You could use the foundation brush again, just as long, you can go in with your finger. Like, it doesn't matter, just as long as you can get it smooth and even. So if you're gonna use your finger, just kind of press it in like that. I'm gonna use this one more time. Do you make weird makeup faces too? I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like. And there it is. We're looking a little more uniform now. And I didn't blend these on purpose. I know, we're gonna blend them later. So just hold on. Okay, so this isn't in the 5-minute face, like the classic Beautycounter 5-minute face, but I think that it's essential, especially for anyone who's like over 30, maybe over 25. Anyone who has like any sort of lines around their eyes. Maybe not you, definitely me. So I'm gonna use this. This is the mattifying powder. It's just a setting powder from Beautycounter. You could technically use it all over your face if you want more of a matte look, but I'm going to use it around my eyes. Because if we set the foundation around our eyes and the concealer around our eyes, it is going to look less crepey. It's going to like not give us those lines. I hate those lines that show up. So we have a better chance of escaping those lines. So I'm just gonna use this brush. This is just a brush that I have. You could use, I don't know, you could even use this brush, like the angled blush brush from Beautycounter. I like a pretty substantial brush to do a powder with. Just make sure that if you're using this for blush and then you go in to use it for powder, that you clean it in between, because you just be like really rosy around the eyes. Okay, so let's get some of this. And I'm just gonna press it. And I'm also gonna do the top around my eyes. Just sets it a little bit better than it would be without it. I trust it a little more. So that wouldn't be included in like a 5-minute face kit, but I think it's a really good purchase. Next, we're gonna do brows. Everyone always says that brows frame the face, so very important step. Do I have anything to brush my brows with? I do, and it comes on the back of this brow pencil. So just groom your brows. Just kind of comb them to where you want them to be. I have a pretty substantial brow, can get a little unruly, so we want to make sure they are where you want them. Okay. And even though I have a dark brow, there are still holes. You get what I mean, right? Like little spaces where the hair isn't exactly growing. So even though you might say, oh, well, she has a pretty full brow, I can still fill them in. And it'll make a big difference to my overall look. So you just, here's what it looks like. I don't know if I showed you. So this is the dark color. I think they just have light, medium, dark. So I'm gonna go in with little strokes and I'm going to fill in all the holes and kind of just shape them how I want them to be shaped. So a cool tip that I learned in beauty school is you want your brow to end, like if you have your pencil, put it like this, and you want that to be the end of your eyebrow. So if your brow doesn't quite extend that long, you can kind of use a pencil to fill it out that length, and do it on both ends. Not both brows are going to be like the same length. Like I need a little bit more on this side than I do on this side. But that'll give you a nice frame to your face. So I can unbeaver myself, I think. Yes. Back to normal. Okay. So after we do our brows, we can do our blush. I decided to go with Tawny and Whisper. Isn't our packaging cute? I think it's really cute, very modern. So these are the colors that I'm using. You could use either or, you could kind of mix them together. It doesn't really matter. Just pick a shade that you feel works for you. And I am going to use this big old brush. I know it's counterintuitive. They do make an angled blush brush, this one, but I like a lot of control over my powder. So I'm just gonna press it in. I'm not going to go like this. I'm just gonna kind of roll it. You'll get more product that way, and you're also not wasting product that way. So I went for the darker shade in that one. Then just kind of tap it off. And you're gonna put it, when you smile, Blush kind of goes on the apples of your cheeks and up. And you can always build on the color too. So I would always go for a little less at first and then go back in for more if you want. But don't panic. If you did a lot, just like, you know, just wipe it away. Now remember that concealer that we rolled into our chin that isn't blended in? That would be a good time to dab your blemishes. You just use your finger. Or you could go back in with something like the Beauty Blender and just soften the edges a little bit. And if you wanted to set your blemishes the same way you set your under eyes, it's gonna stay longer. So anything that you set with that powder is gonna stay longer on your face. So we're almost done. There's only 2 more steps. And I'm going to do the mascara. This is our mascara. It's a lengthening mascara. And like the skinniest tube ever. When it came to me, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like this mascara. I like big lashes. It has a really skinny wand. Kind of doesn't look like any mascara that I've ever used. But it ends up going on really thick and really nice. So yay for that. I like being surprised by things. I don't know. Please, somebody help me. Just help me. Okay, I'm just yelling, it's fine. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes before I put on my mascara. I just like to do that. It gives them a little extra something to grab onto. And if you have straight lashes like me, if you don't have a natural curl to your lash, this is just a nice thing to do. It gives it more that appearance of eyelash extensions, which everyone is doing now. Everyone loves a nice big lash. So you're just going to kind of wiggle it up. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's also just fun to say in the mirror. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's a little creepy, huh? It's a little creepy. All right, I'll stop it. You can also just kind of like blink into it, which I find works. And it builds up on itself. So the more times you go over it, the more you're building up your lash. It's pretty sticky. I like that about this. You're more than welcome to put it on your lower lash line. I just don't really like the way that looks on me, so I'm not going to do it. But if it helps your eyes pop, then go for it. And you just do it the same way. Okay, maybe I'll show you. Maybe I'll show you. You just do it the same way. You'd come in like this, and you just kind of wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. All right, so we have one more step to complete the 5-minute face, and that is lips. And it's just gonna be gloss. So I picked this gloss. It's Dahlia. I like it. It's like a pink shade. And I like our gloss because it's not sticky. It's not, have you ever had that happen where you put on a really sticky gloss and you go out into the wind and your face is just like, just walking kind of around like this all day and you're just trying to like wipe it away and you're getting gloss face? Me neither. Totally have. Many times. Lip gloss was like really a hardcore thing when I was in middle school. Like it was a thing. Like we got the lip gloss with the chunky glitter in it. Maybe you too. Maybe not. Maybe no one did that. I don't know. We definitely did it. All right. So this is what the little gloss thing looks like. I don't know. It looks like a little curved tongue. Maybe that's not the best way to describe it, but that's what it looks like. See that? That's what it looks like. All right. So I'm gonna get a little bit more on here, and this is easy. You just take a face and you gloss it up. Oh yeah, super natural. There's lots of different shades of lips gloss, lip gloss that Beautycounter has to choose from. This is just the one I decided to go with today for this more natural look, so. There we go. And that's it. That's what we look like now. 5-minute face.
Wait, stay there. Oh, yeah. Wait, stay there? Because that's actually a good one.
This is what they do, right? It's like a montage. It's like a montage of just like your finished work. Like, this is my 5-minute face. How long did it take you? How long did it take you to do your face? Oh, 5 minutes. No big deal. That's what you can say to people when they ask you, your face looks so great. How'd you do that? Oh, it just took me 5 minutes. They just kind of play coy like this. Just pick a pose. Do you forget like a glamour shots done in like the 80s or 90s? Just pick one of those poses. Don't know what to do with my hands. So